Hello guys, so today I'll be reading a copy of my yet to be published book, Ekumeku, Chapter 1. Ekumeku, inspired by true events. Ibuzo is one of the strongest communities in Anioma, forced to survive the forces of the late 18th century to the 19th century, when the British soldiers invade the Inwani communities in Delta region of Nigeria. A young man must fulfill his prophecy and put an end to British domination of Anioma to save his community. Ekumeku built a story around the movement of the Igbos to fight off colonialism. Are you guys ready for chapter 1? Alright. Ekumeku chapter 1. The White Ram. The heavy rains battered the sky in fury, splattering the mud underneath the earth. After seasons of drought, the rains were the perfect cleansing the lands yearned. As the sky dripped in tears, the people of Ibuzo danced to the loud drums of the Kuku traditional music band. The gods had at last heeded to the incantations of the Ohamiri diviners, assembled from the rising sun in the east of Aro to the southern lands of the Omambala. When the thunder struck, the skies reflected the image of the white ram, a symbol of the greatest of all gods in the Igbo land, Amajoha, the god of thunder and lightning, he whose wrath sets ablaze villages and all its inhabitants, the god of justice and vengeance. The thunder struck again, the sky reverberating the angst of Amajoha. The thunder reflected the voice of the symbolic white ram, crying to the people in the hinterlands to abstain from the wrath of our master. Beneath the dancing moon in the clouds, a young woman lay screaming back at the thunder. Eke could feel the blood draining from her thighs. She could feel the pain lurching inside of her like a spear had been driven into her chest. As much as she cried, as much as she groaned in so much pain, the child would not leave the comfort of her belly. Maybe the child was not ready to come into the world just yet. The diviners had promised her that she would have a safe delivery. She would give birth to a son of the soil who would be a proud son of Ibuzo. But this lump of pain on her throat reflected an irony of the diviners' words. Mamori, as revered by everyone in Enwani, because of her magical hands in bringing forth children to the world, urged Eke to be resilient. Some years ago, Mamori had to enter into the lands of the spirits to bring back a child to the ties of her mother after she had been held back by the Owanjis. The lioness is the fiercest of animals in the jungle. You must be fierce, Mamori hurled at Eke, her voice stirring the sharks in the hut. Eke felt the pain again. She pushed harder than she had ever done before, but the child still wouldn't leave the comfort of her thighs. Mama Orie placed her magical hands on her thighs with such tenderness. Somehow, it made the contraction release. Wadiala, Wamade, Mamori sang praise to the child, still recalcitrant to leave the uterus. You have stayed in the womb for too long. Now you must come over to this side. Come and see the flowing rivers of our land down to the Oji. Come and see the fertile land where our crops grow in bountiful harvests. Come and see the warriors of Anioma with their spears, arrows, and machetes, ready to cut down men to smaller sizes. Come and see the beautiful women of Anioma dancing to the rhythm of their Tulebu. Come and have a taste of the early morning freshly tapped palm wine. Come and see the land of Anioma, where the sun rises, where the moon blossoms. Come, my child, to your home. Mamori pushed her hands further into the thighs of Eke. Slowly, she could feel the head of the child rested firmly on her hands. She could feel a soft smile cross her old scraggy face. A coma, she called. The child is close. He is very close to Mother Earth. I need you to push with all the strength in the world. Eke replied with a nod. She exhaled, gasping in a bid to catch her fleeting breath. She pushed with all the strength she could muster, her shrieks vibrating the small hut. Mama Ore pulled the child out almost immediately, while Eke felt relieved at last from all the hurdles of childbirth. Mwamade, Ndewo, she reiterated, the child strapped softly on her arms. The child let out a soft cry to announce his welcome to the world. At the sound of the first cry, all the women outside the hall started singing and dancing to Ani, the goddess of fertility. She who hears the prayers of women, Ani, the goddess of fertility, we revere thee. As women, we are empty with no seeds, left barren by Mother Earth. Nature takes its toll, turning us into the fertile lands for children. May our husband not plow in vain. May the Obanjes avoid us in their torment. May our womb grow with many children. Children who will plow the land. Children who will protect us from invading soldiers and raiders. Children of Anioma who will take proud husbands and be ravished with the blessings of Ani. Ani, make us fertile. Now, Eke, you must rest from this journey, Mama Ore whispered to the ear of the weak young mother still lying on the mat. She left Eke in the care of her handmaidens, who would clean her up and allow her get the rest she deserved after such a tedious journey. The rain was drizzling softly at the moment. Mama Ore strapped the child to the comfort of her firm, experienced hand, trudging out of the hall to meet all who had assembled to hear the first cries of a new child. In the land of Anioma, barren women were known to flock around the scene when a child was ready to come to the world. It was well known that Ani may pass her blessings to them during this period to become fertile. Also, members of the Omada, family and friends were among those who were keen to hear the cries of the first child. Mama Ore, to hear the first cries of the child. Mama Ore let the tender child rest on the firm hands of his father Amadi, his face beaming with smiles to welcome his son, his first son, his Opara. He looked into the eyes of the child. He glared at him, searching with his eyes to find a semblance of himself in the child. After a while, he smiled, revealing his brown teeth to the crowd. He raised the child towards the moon, while the small crowd that had gathered outside the hut chanted repeatedly in euphoria, reading their voices to the rhythm of the splattering rain and the cackling thunder. That's the end of chapter 1, you guys. Hope you're ready to read chapter 2 with me. Yeah. Oh yeah, more say hey, alright, so I'll get you back in chapter 2. Thank you very much. Hello guys. So today I'll be reading a copy of my